Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now today I'll be showing you how I make whole wheat bread. But before we jump into this video, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and go ahead and check out my other videos. So let's get started. Now here I have lactose free milk, but if you want to use regular milk, you can go ahead. If you want to use almond milk, that also works too, or you could just use plain water. So I'm going to pour about a cup and a half of this. There we go. Now I'm going to warm this. I'm going to bring it up to about 105 to 115 degrees in temperature. And if you don't have a thermometer, just stick your finger in it. And if it's bearable without burning, then reach temperature. Now the milk is nice and warm. We're going to add some sugar to it. This is 3 tablespoons of sugar. And 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast. I'm going to proof the yeast, so this way you know if your yeast is good before you pour it into your mixture, and then everything go bad. So I'm going to give this a mix and set it aside for it to cool. Allow it to get nice and frothy. So I'm going to set this aside for about 10 minutes. Now you can see the yeast is nice and frothy, so yes, your yeast is good. So here I have a cup and a half of whole wheat flour and 2.5 cups of bread flour. You could use all-purpose flour. I'm going to pour this into here. 1 teaspoon of salt. Whisk this together. I'm going to pour the yeast mixture into my mixer. I'm going to add an egg. This is why you always want to break your eggs into something first before you put it directly into your mixture. Alright, there we go. I'm going to pour this in. You're going to turn your mixer on low and get this started. Now we're going to add the flour. You want to start this off back on low, or else flour I go all over the place. So you want to start it off back on low and gradually increase the speed. We're going to let this mix until it forms a dough, and then we're going to add our butter. Now we're gonna add our butter. So I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of softened butter. Now guys, you could use a hand for this if you have a mixer and want to use it, and if you don't have a mixer, you could just go ahead and use your hand. So I'm gonna mix this until the butter is fully incorporated in the dough and the dough is somewhat stretchy. See that, guys? The dough is nice and soft and stretchy. Now we're gonna form this into a ball and allow it to rise in a warm area until doubling size. It depending on the temperature of your house, so it could take from anywhere to an hour or 1.5 or 2 hours. So I'm just gonna put this in my oven and turn the oven light on and allow it to proof properly. Around. I'm going to cover it cling wrap and allow it to proof. Now the full measurement for this recipe will be listed in the description box, so you can go ahead and check it out. Now that our bread dough has tripled in size, we're going to form our bread and allow it to rise again, and then we bake at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. This is the most satisfying part. So we're gonna knead and push out all the excess gas out of the dough. Place it in the bread pan seam side down and just move it around so it fits every area. Fill it out properly. Now we're going to cover again and allow it to fill the pan up before we bake it. Back into a warm area. Now that the bread has filled the pan, I'm going to brush with some milk and bake this at 350 for about 30 to 35 minutes. Now guys, bread is out of the oven. That's what it's looking like. I'm just gonna brush a little softened butter on top. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna let this sit for a couple of minutes and then I remove it from the pan and allow it to cool completely. There you have it guys, your homemade loaf of bread ready to be eaten. This smells amazing guys. I'm going to remove it from the pan and allow it to cool completely, and then I'm going to cut it and show you what it looks like. Nice loaf of bread guys.